A Melbourne cafe owner has cancelled a children's craft and games event hosted by drag queens after receiving threatening calls and messages objecting to the event.
We're joined now by the owner of Alice Rebels Cafe and Bar, Meg Anderson. Meg, good morning to you. A pretty confronting situation you found yourself in. How did it all begin?
Okay, yes, it was. It was an interesting 24 hours, I must admit. It started actually about 4 weeks ago. To understand how we plan events in our venue, we actually plan them nearly 6 months in advance, particularly with the drag queens because they're very popular and they get booked out very quickly. This particular event, we'd thrown around the idea at Christmas because we'd had lots of families ask us over and over again, are the events kid-friendly that we were already holding, and we said no. But thought perhaps if we did something where the girls were actually just doing Disney Princess, doing some colouring in, that sort of thing with the kids, that it would be completely harmless. They certainly wouldn't be doing any sexual content or anything like that. Then obviously this year things have changed climate-wise within the transgenders, and what's happening to the LGBTQ groups is, it was a bit shocking, and I thought perhaps we should just put a little bit of a hold on that one, see where the land lies. And then, so we did that over 3-4 weeks ago, and I thought nothing more of it. And then we accidentally let it go live on our socials. We hadn't turned it off. And within 5 minutes of the post going live on a Saturday afternoon, I was copying hate messages through Instagram and Facebook. I dropped the event. I took it off of Facebook. The following Thursday, I had a very interesting phone call from a woman that I was a bit taken aback by and didn't quite understand where she was coming from. And when it finished, I didn't, again, think too much of it until yesterday when The Age contacted me to warn me that there had been chatter on a website I knew nothing about. And it was scary. And the scary part is it also was close to home. Some of these people were, I don't know, people I didn't expect to see popping up with this sort of stuff. We weren't trying to do anything harmful. At the time when we planned the event, drag queens were all the rage. You know, you've got RuPaul on Netflix. You had Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, over 30 years ago, finish with a young gentleman go on a bus on tour with drag queens. I didn't realise that we had changed so much and so dramatically in Australia.
It's clear the impact that it's had on you. I mean, the shock that you've experienced is profound by the sounds of things. I mean, what kinds of things were you hearing from these people?
The messages are sort of thick and fast about how dare we, why are we putting them in front of children, leave children alone. Now, these people are our friends. They've become part of our family in this venue. We're a small family business. And I just never thought we would be coming to a situation. This is a safe space. It has been for the rainbow community since we opened it. I mean, we're Alice in Wonderland themed. It's a bit of a bizarre book. It's got a lot of ins and outs about it if you dig down deep, and it's a fun space. This is not fun.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Sorry, I'd missed that.
Is that it for it now?
At the moment, no. We've got a drag bingo next Wednesday night, and we will continue. Obviously, the community at large is very supportive.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of messages of love too today, wanting to check how I'm looking after the staff and myself. I do have an interview with the Victorian Police today at 10 a.m. Just to run over things and make sure that we keep the venue safe.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to step down from what we've been doing. There was no reason to.
No, and you shouldn't. And those drag bingos are very popular, Meg. I know we hear all about them, so keep it up.
Oh, look, they are so much fun, and these girls are hilarious.
Yes.
And the amount of effort they put in, God, if I spent that much time doing makeup, I'd never turn up.
Hey, good to talk to you. Let us know how you go with the cops. I know it's been a very stressful time for you. Appreciate you being on.
Well, just quickly, a Melbourne cafe owner has been forced to cancel a children's event hosted by drag queens after receiving significant backlash online. I mean, Matt, you're talking about a contest of ideas, shutting down a party just because you don't believe the same thing. That's not fair.
Well, I don't think anybody should be threatened or bullied in the way that this apparently has occurred, and I'd condemn that. I don't know enough about this particular event to comment on it. I suppose I just hope that we don't import here this American trend where I'm not sure if you've seen, but there's been pretty shocking footage of people hosting drag queen events to children which involve effectively striptease. As I say, I don't know if that's going on here, but but let's hope we don't follow that particular trend from the US.
Yeah, I think America's a little bit different. Anna, what do you reckon?
Well, the trend I'm concerned about is that you know, these events occurring, and then there's been incredibly significant protests outside them, you know, big flashpoints, you know, they've needed the police to come. And what I think is really sad is that, you know, we're in this scenario where children are finding themselves at the heart of these really problematic flashpoints. I don't think it's safe for children to be at the heart of that. I'm not talking about the drag queen element. I'm talking about the fact that these events are blowing up. You know,
Yeah.
if I owned a shop, I wouldn't be putting one on because this is what's happening.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and
What's my name again?
oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?